Are we on? What's happening?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. We don't see any monitors, so maybe we're live right now. SJU. This is like the old days.
This is our best entrance ever, guys.
Well, no. I actually have to. I'm sorry. I'm hosting. Like, are we live? What's happening right now?
Yeah, I think we're live.
Like, are people watching this right now?
Oh, Christ. I am so sorry, you guys. Welcome to SJU. Usually we can see like the intro and like we do like a whole like bam, 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 wow, 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 wow. I can't see any of it.
We just have the darkness.
Just a dark screen of darkness.
It's just the darkness. But we do have a lot of things to talk about today. We have to talk about the expanded Spider-Verse. It's starting to finally take some shape. We're going to talk about Matt Reeves dropping some cool bat stuff, and stick around because we will be answering your answers to questions in that chat. Guys, I'm actually really excited because there are people here that I don't normally get to do this with. Business, I miss your face.
Hey, good to see you. I know you've been in the dark ages off and on for the past couple of days, so glad you can make it.
I mean, LA is stupid and complicated.
Yeah.
Spencer GIlbert, good to see you.
Hello, I live here. I never leave. Hi.
Terrible and horrid. Eric.
Hello, I'm another face on a screen. How's it going?
We're doing it, guys. You know, I get really excited. I get to hang out with people who aren't like the usual people I get to hang out with. And in segment 1, comic book smart. Damn it, Ryan, you're so good at this. Olivia Wilde is set to direct a Sony Marvel movie. This is via Deadline. So, in the news, sources have told Deadline that Olivia Wilde has closed a deal to direct and develop a secret Marvel film revolving around a female character in the universe, which sounds dope, but also like there's not a lot of ladies in it's fine. It's not confirmed. It's expected that the universe will be Marvel Woman because
Spider-Woman. Although Marvel Woman is inevitable too.
Spider-Woman, but also like it's just like who else is there? Olivia Wilde also like was doing that kind of flirty, like tweeting out a thing where she tweeted a spider and she was like, hi.
I mean, a tick also has 8 legs, so that could be a tick reboot.
It could be a tick. It could be a Twick reboot. Sony has had no comment.
So wait, can I? Who has the Spider-Woman rights?
So I was just tweeting about this with someone. I'd always heard that Spider-Woman Sony did have the rights to the name Spider-Woman. It might have been a weird Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch thing where Marvel could have used Jessica Drew as a character but couldn't have called her Spider-Woman. But I do think Sony has the name Spider-Woman. It was included in You Get All the Spider Stuff, a deal they made 20-something years ago that Marvel regrets.
Got it.
Well, the film is accordingly penned by Katie Silberman with Amy Pascal producing, which is very Sony. Rachel O'Connell will executive produce. How are you guys feeling about this? It's one of those things where it's like I want a bunch of these spider things to be produced by whoever they can be produced with. I feel weird that a lot of them, like, I don't want to fall in love with property and then turn out that it's not actually what's going to happen later. And so, you know, I don't know. It's very weird.
I really dug Booksmart. Like, obviously, Olivia Wilde has been in the business forever, but that was her directorial debut. And this is, even though this is Sony doing this is very Marvel Studios playbook, which is you directed a very well-reviewed indie movie. Here is your $150 million mega movie. We'll handle the effects. But the thing is with Olivia Wilde is she's been around giant movies like this, even though she hasn't directed them. I mean, she's been on the set of your Trons and your Cowboyses and Alienses. And so she's...
I mean, maybe those aren't like the best.
Well, you know, hey, maybe there's something to be said for learning.
You were absolutely right.
Learning from it.
But not the best, but I get it. Like she knows.
But as someone who loved Booksmart and is a fan of Olivia Wilde, I'm like, cool. I want to see a Spider-Woman movie. And I think that she'd be a cool director for it. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's definitely a Booksmart fan. I'm not too familiar with Spider-Woman, but my impression is that it's not like your neighborhood-friendly Spider-Woman. Like, she's got a pretty grim backstory. She's a woman. She's not a spider. She's not a spider teen. It's not like
spider gal.
Yeah, she's not spider girl. She's not like, oh shucks, let me help the corner store from a mugging. Like, she's like a ex-Hydra agent. She's been brainwashed. She's got like she secretes pheromones. Like, she's doing all kinds of stuff that Peter Parker
like women do.
Like women do. That seems like a different tone from Booksmart, but maybe somebody who knows better.
Absolutely
like, is there a comedic tone to her, to Spider-Woman at all?
Well, yes. Okay. I mean, there is. First of all, there totally is. And one of the things that I'm kind of hoping that happens is that one of the big things about Jessica Jones when she first started as a character that Marvel was doing was that she was supposed to be like Spider-Woman. Like, that was supposed to be her thing. And they said that she couldn't do that. And so maybe that could be really cool if they dip into like the Carol Jessica Jones relationship, because that is kind of like most of what that was supposed to be. That could be really cool.
That's the thing, is like they've changed, assuming this is Jessica Drew, right? Because there's been a lot of different Spider-Women in the comics, but Jessica Drew is kind of the one most associated with that name. And yeah, there was a time where she was a private eye, and there was, and she has a spy background. So there is a lot of elements you can pull from that make her not just Spider-Man, but a girl. You know, she has a lot of different things about her. I feel like I could see them leaning into the spy aspect. But I also think, Spencer, to answer your question, I think that one thing Marvel Studios has done, for better or for worse, is you won't see a superhero movie that's about a mainstream superhero that doesn't have some sense of humor. Obviously, we had Batman v Superman and some other attempts to that didn't go over great. So I feel like, you know, they want something. I don't think they want like a laugh riot, but they want, you know, a sense of humor in the film.
Well, but also, like, just asking everyone, like, what do you personally think would make a good Spider-Woman solo movie work?
It's tough because I feel like nowadays our expectations are so different, because it's like one box that has to be checked, unfortunately, for any Marvel movie is like, does it tie into everything else? Mm-hmm. So even if they go and they do their own standalone thing, I promise you, no matter what 90% of Twitter says, like, yeah, do your own thing, like, there will be disappointed people if somehow this does not tie back into the MCU somehow. So
yeah,
I don't know. Like, I kind of feel like it's all these Sony Marvel Spider-Man stuff. It's like a little bit of a bittersweet thing, because you want to see these characters, but then like in the back of your mind, you're like, is this going to be like a Venom, where it definitely wasn't MCU, and now who knows? Maybe it will be someday. Does it matter? Is it
good
Venom?
point. I want to see Venom. I want more Venom. I want more Tom Hardy shivering and twitching in a bathtub or a lobster tank.
I've already talked about how I feel about Venom, and about how I feel about Venom and Eddie Brock and them being super in love.
Yeah, but if Sony can create
that.
Yeah, well, if we are doing that, they should do that, because Sony's clearly creating their own tangential Spider-Verse, which is Morbius, Venom, everyone but Spider-Man, I guess. Although the Spider-Man movies are co-productions, so but who knows what the rules are there. But if they want to do their own thing that is as weird as Venom, go for it. I say, make it weird. You have to make it different from the MCU in some way. Otherwise, it's just gonna play out as derivative as it sounds, which is Spider-Woman. But
if we're not making it weird, and just for funsies, just for fun's sake, if we're not making it weird, who should play Jessica Drew, like the lady version of Jessica Drew? If we're not making it weird, And I want to make it weird. We'll talk about weird later.
But I did see, it was funny because, again, I have no idea the age of this character. I do not think of Jessica Drew, especially as like a teen character or a young character particularly, but we'll see. It was funny because one of the first people I saw respond to Olivia Wilde that like knows and worked with her is Diana Silvers, who was in Booksmart, but was also starred in Ma and a bunch of things. So I was like, throw your hat in the ring, Diana Silvers. But
why not Olivia Wilde? Step in front of the camera.
Yeah, right. Do you think, I'm wondering
Orson Welles it.
Orson. I could see her doing like the the mentor role, but we'll see. Who should play Jessica Drew? You know what's an important thing to remember about Jessica Drew that a lot of people don't think about? She's British, but it's like never important to the stories. So I'm just throwing that out there.
It's like she was born in Britain and she fakes a British accent sometimes.
Well, it's like Elizabeth Braddock. No one cares about that. We will pause for a second for a call to action. I just want to thank you guys for being with us every day. Thanking you for subscribing to our channel. Thanking you for hanging out for our videos every day. Thanking you for liking and doing all the things that you do. Thank you so much. You hit that bell. You love us hardcore. Thank you for doing that. And in segment 3, we're gonna do an AMA where Ryan pulls a bunch of stuff for Ask Us Anything. So get those in the chat because we're gonna do that. And also the next Fandom 5 show Friday.
Next Friday. Yes.
Next Friday. No, August 28th. Dragon Ball.
It's going to be a big one. Dragon Ball, as I've learned in my research, is not just one series. It's a whole mess of...
It's a way of life.
It is. Dragon Ball is crazy, so that's going to be a really big
GT,
one.
Super? What's your favorite, Billy?
I like the DOC Dragon Ball. That's, I'm old school like that. So, but yeah, it's going to be next Friday. There's cash prizes. You could win I think it's $125 or $150 if you win your round. But if you make it to the end, you walk away with $500. So, I mean, in the times of COVID, $500 extra bucks in your pocket for knowing some Dragon Ball trivia. It's a win-win, baby.
That's pretty sweet. Fandom employees, I assume, are not allowed.
Yeah, you're DQ'd with your DOC Dragon Ball knowledge.
And also, getting the part of Billy caring a whole bunch about that is great. So segment number 2, DC and the Batman show off before Fandom via Matt Reeves.
Fandom. Get the dome.
I'm sorry. I'm not doing that dome. I'm sorry.
Get the dome!
Via Matt Reeves and DC Fandom, the Batman logo and art. We have new Batman logo and art. We have a first look at the Batman film logo and original art of Robert Pattinson, stood up by Jim Lee, which, come on, Jim Lee is pretty amazing. The Batman will resume shooting in early September in the UK in Warner Brothers Studio. Lee versus Sun. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm European enough that I should know how to pronounce that, but I cannot. I apologize to my grandma. Sorry, Oma. Zack Snyder also released a quick 22-second Snyder Cut teaser trailer.
Really?
Yeah, he
I
did.
didn't watch. Should we all? Do you want to vamp for 22 seconds? Because I gotta watch that.
Yes, I will vamp for 22 seconds. Are any of these hyping you up? Give me a second. Hype. You all hype while you watch.
It's mostly just.
Can we just watch you watch it in real time, Spencer?
Yeah, this is.
Yeah.
We react to Spencer reacts to.
In 2 days.
And I'm going to react to Spencer reacting. Ready?
22 seconds.
He's shirtless too. Oh, there's more football. Oh, it's stuff's on fire. Feet. Lots of feet. Silence. The Snyder Cut! Yeah! Okay, what do these feet mean for the Snyder Cut? Is there more football? Yes. Discuss. Is there not enough football?
There's currently no football in the current
That's
Justice
right.
League
I remember that
cut.
shot from the trailer.
Oh, it was in the trailer, right? Yeah, that's right. We're getting the football back.
We're getting 100% more football.
Should cyborgs be allowed to play football? Is that fair to
well,
the
no,
unmodified human players?
If you're done watching it, the first thing we have to know is, do you all like football? No. The first thing we have to know is, have you all watched the Snyder Cut of that teaser trailer, and how do you feel about it? Other than
I'm waiting to get my full Snyder Cut footage this weekend.
Yeah, it doesn't give you much. Billy, did you see it?
A bigger trailer should be coming this weekend, so that's the preview.
That's just Snyder doing some Snyder teasing.
What's that thing that's like very on fire? Can I analyze that? Oh, it's a bus? Has Superman realized that he hates buses now after his experience in
guys, you get
transportation?
Something's on fire that he's throwing at a cop.
It is interesting though to see. Obviously, the scenes aren't the same, but there are some set pieces that look familiar. But to see them with like the different color grading and just see them kind of like Snyderized, it's interesting if nothing else, you know.
Well, that was what was so strange about the theatrical version, was the fact that they'd clearly done heavy reshoots, but they didn't reshoot full scenes, and so people noted like you could see like weight differences in people and stuff within scenes because they were using footage that was shot like a year apart. So yeah, it will be interesting to see like, okay, here's the first version.
That's going to be the most interesting part of productions resuming after quarantine,
right?
Is like actors that have put on quarantine 15. Like if you're going to be able to notice, oh, that was pre-March.
Well, speaking of people who are during the live chat AMA, Ryan has asked some people, and apparently Ian Roth asked, oh man, this is like really me. Do you call soda or pop California? What did you call it before from whence you came? Do you guys call soda pop or soda or whatever you call it?
I'm all in on soda.
Yeah.
But it was fascinating to go to college and be exposed to people from all sorts of walks of life and how they say soda, including the people who say pop, and then the people from Texas who call everything a Coke. That was a whole new thing to me.
That's also true. Obviously, that was pointed at me. Yeah, man, I call everything pop. I don't know what to tell you. Everything is pop. Soda is pop. Sprite is pop. Coke is pop. Everything. If you pay attention, everything is pop, man. I don't know what to...
it sounds old-timey, like, oh, I want a sody pop.
And then go to the picture show.
Yeah. But in the South, everything's Coke, right?
No, in the South, everything's Coke, which is like my pops and like maybe Joe Starr. He's not here, but I feel like he's from Kentucky.
So then do people get confused with corn pops with the slogans, gotta have my pops? Like, do they think it's just a bunch of soda?
Unlimited soda?
Yeah, like I do actually. That is a very soda thing. Oh, Ryan.
The NSYNC song "Pop." Did they think that was about soda?
Soda.
Soda. Here's a question for Billy. Have you been reading any books lately?
Wow, that wasn't at all planned, and I love it. This is so spontaneous. It's crazy. So I think I posted on Twitter last week that Amazon definitely does listen to your conversations, because they definitely recommended a product to me. They sent me an email. They recommended a product to me based on most of the conversations that I have around my house, which is superheroes and farts and poops. So as you can see, I got this email last week. My good friends, Heather and Patrick, they bought this coloring book for me. And I've decided to crack it open, no pun intended here, on SJU, and show you page by page.
Oh my god!
Exactly.
What a treat! What a treat!
What's in the Marvel superhero farting coloring book? Now, before you guys get too excited, I bet you're wondering, like, this can't be real. This can't be real. But like any great piece of Marvel licensed merchandise, you start with your biggest hero, which is Superman, of course.
Oh, definitely.
Wow.
Yes.
So that's how he moves forward.
Now, the great thing is he kills a bird with his flatulence.
Okay, Snyder might have done that.
Yes, this is... I mean, but when you think about it, this... Superman is flying like Mach 3, and in his jet stream are these farticles, and these are things that Superman's body can't process. And that's slapping you in the face. This is this isn't like a little, butthole oboe. This is a full-on bazooka blast from the Man of Steel.
Oh, that's pretty amazing. Do you have any other ones you would like to share with us?
Oh, we're going page by page to this book, so just strap in tight. Now, this one probably makes the most sense out of all of them. This is, if you can see, is Deadpool.
Yeah.
And that's on brand.
Yeah, he would do that.
This one is probably the least interesting because that will most likely end up in the next.
That could actually happen. That could be canon
in the next film. So let me move ahead to the next page here.
Okay. Well, I will give Billy a reprise, but you can pause any of the things that Billy just did. Samuel Patrick.
Oh, we were going through the whole book.
Yeah, all right, let me
at least show you.
Let's get a couple other fart lights.
Let me at least show you this one because I truly am baffled by it. This is Spider-Man and the Green Goblin, but this is like the JFK bullet because I can't really tell the path of the fart.
Is that webbing coming out of his butt?
I'm not 100% sure.
Spider-Man: The Path of the Fart was my favorite story growing up. By the way,
really sexy. I have sex.
Let me just show one more. Let me show one more, since obviously Danielle is not a fan.
Did we get any equality here? Are there any female farting?
That's the problem. Is that I think I'm too much of a fan. I think I find
there are female farts.
Okay, good.
So let me
I don't
show
like
you.
farts. The farts I don't like.
But here's the thing.
The man-on-man.
But
hugs.
here's kind of, I guess, the misogynistic part of this book is that they have wasp farting, but it's so dainty that they have to actually spell it out for you.
Hold it up a little higher.
With the word
higher. There you go.
With the word fart, so that you know that's exactly what indeed is happening.
Billy, these are good drawings, and I hate
well, maybe Ant-Man is up there yelling fart. Do you ever think that could be dialogue?
It's entirely possible.
I hate the fact that your instinct is to hate your good art.
This is the last one because this does make me laugh a lot. Cyclops, probably the worst character in the movies. Can we all agree? But
it's up there.
His powers are so powerful that he literally rips a hole in his tights. This is like one of those surf and turfs where it's both meaty and wet at the same time.
That is an optic blast of the ass.
So there was a comedic comic Marvel made that I'd read a lot as a kid that was just a bunch of like one-page what-ifs or even one panel. One of them was, what if his blast came out of his ears? But that obviously one upset. That's magic right there.
That's Mad Magazine quality.
Yes.
Billy, I love you to death. You got some stuff you gotta figure out with your therapist.
$100 says I just moved a whole bunch of units on Amazon of this book. I just gave him some free advertisement.
That's right.
Also true. Okay, last question. Oh my god, that was amazing. Thank you, Billy. Samuel Patrick, AMA, can you pitch your hashtag Snyder Cut of a different movie, i.e. Zack Snyder's emoji movie?
The Snyder Cut of a classic.
I mean, like that's a really hard question because is it like a something that he would have. A movie he's already made, but I guess not. The example would being the Emoji Movie. Like, what would Zack Snyder's take on the Emoji Movie be? I guess it'd be something like, I think he'd do an interesting job with something like Parasite. I think it would end differently. I think the family would, there'd be a lot more violence throughout, a lot more dueling, and the class struggle would be enacted through sick fights and punches. And, I think that for people who were bored by Parasite and by reading, they would enjoy the brawls set to Jane's addiction.
I'll say I, Tanya. Because
okay,
while I enjoyed that movie, I felt like it was tonally inconsistent. It couldn't decide if it wanted to be very serious or very funny. So I'm going to put Zack Snyder on it with that same Batman v Superman type of lens and show us the ugly side of the I, Tanya.
Oh, that's and I will. You know what? I will co-sign you on that. I love I, Tanya, and I would love seeing like a weirdo version of I, Tanya where, well, and I mean, I guess my weirdo version of I, Tanya is just Tank Girl. But whatever.
Cut again? Oh, Tank Girl.
I want to want to see the Snyder cut of E.T. just because I want to see like when those kids take flight on the bicycle. First of all, it goes to slow-mo.
Yes.
Second of all, it's like the bike wheel like hits an FBI agent in the face.
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
Like, flies back.
Tooth pops into the camera.
Yeah. And there's just like E.T. really like fights back after he has his little resurrection. He just like takes down the FBI.
Oh, that finger just extends through somebody's heart.
That's right. Like pierces like the T-1000.
Ryan, do you have any stuff for us from the chat where we can?
Ryan,
you know what? We will do that thing that. Well, no, we'll do that thing that I love to do. It is a joke thing where we say, "Hey, man, what are you watching?" Billy Business, what are you watching?
My child. I don't watch TV anymore. You can't watch anything in full stretches anymore.
You'll get there, Billy.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah. It's fine. They eventually go to bed early enough that you can have like 2 or 3 blissful hours of adult life before going to bed.
My wife guilted me because like about, 3 weeks ago, I was watching Blade and I'm pretty sure she was asleep, but she was like, you can't put that violent imagery in her brain. So now I may have a deranged daughter because I watched Blade. Yep.
When is she going to learn?
That some mother effers. Shirley's trying to skate uphill.
You trying? I know you want to have a daywalker.
Eric, what are you watching?
It's funny. One thing I've actually been binging that was one of those, hey, I've never watched this. It's time to remedy that. And I'm almost caught up. And then I just saw yesterday it's canceled, his Drunk History. So guess what? Drunk History, I'm learning several years late, is really funny show. And I'm actually learning stuff I never knew about. And there's also some that COVID era thing of like, oh no, drunk people don't hug each other and grab each other. Bad idea. But it's a really funny show, and now I'm sad it's canceled. 3 months ago, I wouldn't have really known to care, but now I do care. So here's to you, Drunk History. This is not vodka.
Drunk History, honestly, Drunk History is a really good show.
It is.
I'm on a similar journey to you, Eric. Last night, I just started Schitt's Creek,
okay.
which I know ended recently, and everybody loves it. Look, I love Eugene Levy. I love Catherine, what's her name? It's not off to the best start, but I have faith. Enough people whose tastes I trust like it enough that I'm going to push through. I've only seen 2 episodes, but I'm going to keep going, and I hope that it becomes my new favorite show.
No, it is a really, really, really good show. Just to say this, I really love Schitt's Creek. I have a bunch of stuff that like the chat is talking about. I'm gonna look through a bunch of stuff.
Oh, I had 1 or 2 more AMA questions. Is that what you're asking for, or just chat responses? I think we're good on questions. We can probably just wrap it up for today.
Okay. Sorry, I was looking for AMA questions. Do we have like 1 or 2, Ryan? We can just like wrap it up with that.
I saw one earlier that there was somebody asked whose actor's career would you resurrect, and I didn't know if you meant that in like a grim like can we bring River Phoenix back to life way, or just somebody who's fallen out of favor in Hollywood. And I would bring back River Phoenix if I had a.
But it's funny. We were mentioning Blade because I was so happy when Stephen Dorff was in True Detective.
Yeah, and he was great in True Detective season 3.
Yeah.
The Dorff man cometh.
So some love for the Dorff.
Yeah.
Who else have we not seen lately? That is always a good question.
I'm going to say Billy Zane. When he got Billy Zane Renaissance.
Yeah.
He had a hot couple of years there, and then he did like 1 direct-to-video and signed his fate.
By the way, if you've never seen Demon Knight, the Tales from the Crypt movie,
I keep telling
super fun, and Billy Zane is legit great in it, having the time of his life as the bad guy.
We need
All right,
Phantom
so
2.
You know what? We will go ahead and end on Billy Zane. Black women.
Listen to your friend Billy Zane.
Wind upon the Billy Zane. And we will see you guys all later. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. and we will talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.